our temptation, and probably most people's temptation, is when things get tough and tight, is to centralise and to pull the reins in and
get
take
control
more
of
control.
it. Yeah.
And because we're human beings, we get anxious. We want to know more what's going around us. We want more control. So we tend to have this pull, draw it in.
Yeah.
And if I'm honest, that was what we did initially. So we had our model and we drew it in and did two things: centralised and then improved the individual parts. So we'd centralised decision making and we'd improve individual parts through tools like Lean and Agile. Standardisation, fantastic. So that's what we felt comfortable with.
Yeah. Okay. And it didn't work.
No, that was okay. And as it transpired, that was exactly the wrong thing we were doing. And so what Julian's really saying there is that every time we make a move away from the centralisation and improving the parts to devolving and improving the whole, we got an improvement. But we didn't really know. It sounds incredible to look back on it now, but we didn't really know why.
Yes.
We just were devolving and looking much more holistically at the system.
Why did you go from centralising to devolving? I mean, what first made you think, let's break this area up and actually give it out to the people who are doing the work?
We had more success in little projects.
Okay, so you knew the smaller ones just seemed to work better.
Customer would give us a pain in the ass project, and then we'd give it to the engineer who was willing to do it.
Yeah.
And we had more success on those, which honestly we knew we couldn't pass through our normal production line. So it seemed to us that we had this model of saying, well, when we divide it in a certain way and make one person responsible for it, then things were better. And initially that made us think, well, it's a person thing, isn't it? It's their vision, it's their values.
Well, that engineer who does the special difficult jobs is probably your best one. So it could just be them.
Yeah. So, and that leads you down that line thinking, well, actually it's just them. It wouldn't work with Jeff, obviously. But Brian there is brilliant.
Yes.
Yeah, because Brian's the top man. Well, the more we divided and the more we experimented, the more we found that Brian wasn't as unique as we thought. And Jeff could do a whole lot of stuff. And Jeff was spending a lot of money at home and managing builders and had a side hustle going as well. He knew about all sorts of stuff.
People are more ingenious than you think.
Yeah, he had a Facebook page. He was selling stuff online. There's stuff that Jeff knew that Brian didn't even know.
Also, he can subtract 1919 from 301
exactly.
when he's playing darts in his head.
That's right.
Correct.
You start thinking
in a moment as he's strategizing.
Yeah, and maybe there's wasted potential with this guy just doing what he's told.
And whatever you do, don't promote Jeff into being an administrator, even though he's got all those talents.
Yes.
You've got to keep him adding value for the organisation and being able to express those talents, which honestly he wants to express as well because it makes him feel better having had an impact on his world.
Yeah, because as we were saying...